Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Danra from Soul Illumination with Danra, and I have my beautiful soul sister JJ from Tutah Speaks here. Hi, JJ.
Hi, Danra.
We've been chatting offline and already realized that we could probably talk for 4 hours, but we're going to keep it to about one for today. um, we're celebrating and looking forward to our Light Language Summit that is coming up in August. And as a little preview, we're all going to be represented by different elementals, and JJ represents water, and I represent earth, and Summer represents fire, and Nina is the perfect representation of air because she is just ether. So we all fit nicely in our little zone. So I'm just going to add. Okay, so we'll give you some more info about that later. Thank you, JJ, for that. So in case you missed it, it's on 6/7. Cool to do that, JJ?
Yeah.
And then the 11th, so 11 to 1 on each of those days by Zoom. So you can sign up by going to Tutah Speaks, which has a link to our page. So JJ, welcome. How are things on your side? I saw you and Nina yesterday did a live. We're all trying to bounce in between each of us and get our elementals going on.
I feel like well, first of all, just the four ladies of light language, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was so interesting when we first all met. It feels like we've known each other like for eons. Like I feel like we were dust at one point together. Like that's how old we are. Ancient, in fact. So I really feel like us connecting with the elements before August 6th, 7th, and 11th is us just weaving like this, like a holding basket for everybody who joins in with us, and just supporting and us growing our roots like a little bit, like we're just, synergy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That vision of weaving a basket is what I feel when you do your light language. You
Oh,
have
nice.
that vision of it's like a coming together and in a meshing in a really of the whole collective. It's just a really beautiful, warm, grounded feeling. So water and earth are both grounding, receptive elements, and I think they're both yin. So we're kind of representing the one half of the four of us that. And we actually all did a like a visualization. We all were imagining us going to this door, and there's like four corners of the door, but it turns out we're each at four different doors.
Mm-hmm.
Open up and unlock the fullness of like the light language and what we're meant to do here. And so interesting that I was underwater and you were on earth, right? Like somehow swapped. So
Yeah.
do you remember the key takeaways from that, though? We did end up all in the same place, though.
Yeah, what I learned yesterday with Nina on our live stream was how connected the elements are,
Mhm.
and how they flow into one another. So I'm not surprised that we did a flip flop.
Mhm.
I do remember Gerald was a part of it, wasn't he? Like he
So,
was just like at the end of when we finally like went into our what element are we representing, in this summit. I think he was just like, okay, who does everybody see themselves as? And since he does the Akashic records, I feel like he already has like the billboard in front of him.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, but he allowed us to, yeah, really step into it ourselves, and he confirmed. Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if we should start with a little light language from one of the elements.
Yes.
We always let spirit kind of step in, and I'm feeling like maybe you've got one at
Yeah.
the ready. Okay.
I
So
feel like it's so interesting. The element was star. Is there a star element? Oh, and it's interesting because I'm wearing my my meteorite.
oh, wow.
Oh, that's why it chose to come today. Okay.
Did that come from a special place too? That came from a very spiritual place?
I
Bought it?
can't remember where the person said. I
Mhm.
can't remember. They did tell me. I think it was in Mexico.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see the star language. Oh, how fun. I think, Danra, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like I'm holding I'm holding space for you to talk. Does that make sense? See if
Oh,
you can come in with anything.
okay. Um, so let's everybody take a breath and we'll all just allow what comes forward. E no o she takama I te we utome he te wai ko uno e che wata I te shon ke wacha ute ma hi te one te wai te ke wa u e che te ma hu te hu e te masai ko ma ucho e I nai ye ha tu e a mai I sho uto no we cha I ko wa ma uto we ha ito wa I no a che wa I ke me oto we ha I te wa uno sheta I uno to we akawache huno e chata wa. He sounded very similar
Yeah.
to who Nina and I channeled this morning
Oh, wow.
from
I
the
know we need our translator here. Matu papakona e na koia. Anu tu papa iena koia waba ima ishnama tiama kuya wa titama ishne yama kaiwa kumaka kamayawa yamatu inamaka. Ayinama kuiwa. They're like, yes, all the elements are together, Danra. Patutama pashnama yewa, because it's like the trees are the straws. Kuna kitinama ishnama, and it's like they draw up patutokushna, the nutrients, the languages around them. The trees know the languages of the earth, of the water. They also know the air and the wind, and fire as well, because some of the seeds only sprout and start that process with fire. So yeah, they're all together. The trees letting us know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm taken to this like the womb that we were talking about. It's like a vessel filled with warm water, and the water is heated by summer, who is fire. And the water is the nourishing element that holds the imprint of the collective. And the earth is kind of the part of the vessel that's holding it. And Nina is the air is of course nourishing the fire that also is providing the heat and the warmth that allow this whole process to come. But it's just and there's sunlight coming into it. This beautiful water pod. It's just fun to have this experience of all four of the elements at play like together. Um, did you when you did that with Nina yesterday, you had a very similar vision, right?
This one was very strong. It was like, yes. They were like, yes, Danra. It's like they were answering you. Yes, Danra. So I don't know if we've made it public knowledge of one of the things that we've seen together with us. Um, I'm only gonna talk around it because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it quite yet. Nothing super secret. It's just something we're exploring, and if we put it out there, that's not us exploring it. It's all of us. So
Right.
we do call ourselves the four keys of light for a reason, and I feel like what the tree was just talking about was we each have. We each hold an element of blueprint. Did you say something about a blueprint?
I don't remember. Sometimes when I'm channeling and stuff,
Yeah,
I completely forget it immediately.
yeah. I feel like um, I feel like there are certain people who have little pieces of the puzzle, of the blueprint, like the cosmic blueprint, if you will. I'll say it like that for right now. I'm sure there's a better way, more masterful way in the future that I'll talk about it. But like each of us having a piece of the blueprint reminds me of some of those movies out there, like the Lord of the Rings, where there's like a certain amount of rings out there. And it's like, let's not keep them all together. And I don't think the one I'm talking about, like with us or like with humanity's blueprint or whatnot, I feel like the reason was, it's like you have a little ingredient, you have an ingredient, and you have an ingredient, and together we make this a dish. And it's not with fear. I think it's just the word keeper. The word keeper came up. I don't know if it was with Nina or if it was at the retreat I was just at, but everyone is a keeper of something, of their own uniqueness. And that's why I'm excited about August 6th, 7th, and 11th in the summit, is because I feel like we get to witness all of the keepers that show up. And it's like, what are you the keeper of? And I love thinking about how we can all explore that together.
That's beautiful. And so the people at the summit will also figure out what aligns for them. And I remember we all kind of, and hi, Kaylee, by the way, we love you, Fogo Pogo. People were like fighting for water, and then everybody kind of resigned themselves to what they actually were.
Yeah.
And part of it too is just that you're also going to hold certain parts of there that are not actually aligned. Like for me, I know that earth is meant to be very grounding. And I would say that's one of the top things that I have a challenge with. So I don't know if, water, the receptivity of that or anything, if there's any counterpoints to that, but it always seems to come with like a duality of something to face and something that enhances you. You're laughing.
I'm laughing because my husband took this moment to weed whack outside my window.
I can't hear anything.
I know.
There we go. That's earth, right? Earth and air, I guess.
Yes, yeah. Can you hear it?
Not at all.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, maybe I'm no. Oh, okay. Now that sounded like a thunder.
The house is coming down. Yeah.
So I was talking about like the duality.
I'm gonna go yell at him because he's distracting.
Okay. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'll put up a little banner here just in case people want to see. We have our Light Language Summit, 6th, 7th, and the 11th, and there will be 4 of us there, so you will get 3 full days of channeling from us, supports to help you find your own elements, and for those who have light language to come out, ways to help facilitate that, which is really cool. We all have different stories about how our light language came out, and JJ was pivotal for mine because she was the first person that, one of the first people that I talked to after it came out. So I made sure I wasn't having a stroke and that it's actually a real thing that people understand and get benefit from. So just a reminder that this summit is for anybody at any stage, and except we also have there was like 6 weeks of videos that are free on YouTube that we do recommend. If you're brand new, you should just check those out first because they go over the basics. So
yeah.
All right, you got your husband's situation.
Yeah, he's like,
oopsie.
Yeah, Danra, I love the pages that you set up. So if you go to Tutah Speaks, there's a link to Danra's site, and it explains everything. It has the link to all the free series that we did online. It was 6 series, like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are like 6 videos to watch that I should actually watch them before. I'm going to rewatch them, I think, before I go to the summit, just to.
I watch them just because I miss you guys.
Oh,
I'm just like, where are my sisters?
Yeah, so there's, it's us explaining light language in the page that you did, Danra. It is like, what is light language? It has our coming out stories of like how our light languages came out. There's like a little bio for each of us, just beautifully done. It explains that it's really affordable. Like the lowest price is $33. And that's for 3 days. And then there's other options that you guys can check out too, because the VIP package, you guys get to enter into a drawing to have each of us be with you. So yeah, that's exciting.
Awesome. I'm excited. So shall we start talking about our elements maybe?
Yeah, let's do it.
So there's some big takeaways from water from you talking with Nina yesterday that you wanted to kind of reshare, or?
Oh yeah. One of the things that helped me the most with that conversation with Nina yesterday is how healing your breath can be. And for me, I have ADD, and so taking a moment before you get out of your car, take a couple breaths and just connect with yourself. For me, I took that as, how can I be more mindful, and also practice working on shallow breathing. Like thinking about Nina's conversation right now, my belly is a lot looser. It's not tight. Yeah. So that's breathing. The breathing part was really helpful.
I love that you're saying this, because I just realized I'm exactly the opposite of you. Like I am so tight right here, right now, because I'm like filled with excitement, and I just realized I am not really breathing. And it's such a simple thing, and we need this for grounding. So do you have a certain breathing breath work that you do when you meditate, or is it more just when you notice that you're kind of out of balance?
To be honest with you, until I was talking with Nina, I don't focus on my breathing at all. Like, I feel like I sometimes have to remind myself to breathe, and I know that's not true because I'm alive.
Yes.
But we'll be watching a movie, like a suspenseful movie, and my husband and I are like, "Are you holding your breath?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." Yeah. So no, I mean, going now and forward, I will be thinking about my breath, and I think I might have to put something in my car, like on the dashboard, that reminds me to breathe. Like a visual works really well for me.
Well, when I think of water and you, like flow comes to mind constantly. And when we do those short little breaths, I feel like that would halt things. It's not allowing us. And so maybe that visual for water of the flow, and the breath allows the flow. It's kind of like the starting of the stream.
Yeah. I'm getting that the water and the earth work together because there are those inner rivers. And to think of those inner rivers within us, these maybe protections that we have for survival from the beginning of our time to right now. Like, good on us to have those survival skills, but just checking in. Oh God, I feel everything moving. Hold on.
Yeah.
But those rivers within us, maybe the gentle waters want to come in, be heated up by summer, come in and just ask the earth to open up a little bit inside of us. Yeah, I love when I see protection for people who are wearing armor, or their heart is behind something, and I was like, oh, good on you. Good on you for having that. But now, just instead of staying there all the time, maybe you could come out and play when it's safe. And then you can go back and then come out and then see if it opens up a little bit. Yeah, when you need to have safe people, supported people in your life, your community.
And that's the advantage of water and air, right? That they're not restricted, like they can get through the little cracks.
Yeah.
So even if something is pretty closed off, they only need like a little bit of an opening for that healing to come in.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's think about Earth too. What does Earth have to say?
Well, just some visions about Earth with Water that I had before the call were some lessons in patience and power. So when I'm thinking about like how crystals are formed or how the Grand Canyon was formed, you know, how a trickle of water over time and with enough pressure can create these spectacular, nature is basically artwork. So, and I have been given the message a number of times, like, you could just slow the hell down, right? Like you don't need to like blast out at 100,000 miles an hour and know everything in 2 seconds. It's like, to me, that's the lesson of the earth, right? Because earth moves slowly, but it has this like, yeah, the power of it working in conjunction with the other elements, like a little drip of water over hundreds of years will create an impact. And it's done subtly and slowly and without being flashy. Um, so, yeah. And then have you seen that video of the pulsing of the earth, the heartbeat of the earth? It's like the photosynthesis of the trees is synchronized. And so when you go above earth and they can measure that energy wave, it literally beats like a heart. You have to see this. Maybe I'll find it and put it in the show notes or something. But just a reminder, thinking of the trees and their roots all being interconnected and the interconnectedness of the collective, just the anchoring and grounding pieces from that. They're like modeling for us what it is meant to be.
Yeah. So I'm jumping ahead, but I can't wait for your conversation with Summer. I hope you guys get a chance to do the live stream with Fire and Earth, because I'm getting glimpses of it and how powerful, like how fire is. Like the core of us, and just whew, I'm trying not to go there because I'm water, but I'm so excited for that. And Summer is the perfect person for that element of just like activate. Whew.
I'm seeing the lightning bolt coming down into the sand, like Nina said, when she was like, barf, I don't want to be earth. Yeah, well, the lightning can come down and make, a crystal out of the sand, which is, that's cool. And that's how I see summer, is like being super activating. So
super activating, like the volcano. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad the elements are helping us out.
Yes. So can we talk about grounding for a bit? So even though we are the grounding ones, I found it challenging. So do you have certain ways? I know that your light languages are very grounding for me. So it seems to be embedded in the codes almost.
Yeah.
That you're grounding, but
one thing I'll say is I always had a hard time grounding. And then when my frequency would get to a place where it was like a little higher than I was used to. Like back in my day, we had things called ascension symptoms. So I don't hear much about that nowadays. So, but those ascension symptoms can be, where you just feel like you want to put the covers over your head. Your ears are ringing, you're completely raw and vulnerable and sensitive. And so it's like, you might feel like, and kind of like motion sickness in a way. And one thing that I found out about myself is I preferred being outside of my body. I loved connecting to spirit. And then I found that I had issues I had heart issues. I had like 3 things with my feet. It was like plantar fasciitis. It was like 3 things with my feet all at once. And I feel like the body reminds us, like, come back, come back, come back. And it does. It calls you back and to listen to it. So if you have any of those things going on and you are like me, where you prefer to be out there, because here it's so dense and not as shiny and lovely. So my recommendation is like, be aware of that. And we were just talking about this before we went live, and it's like, I call back my soul, my whole soul.
Mm-hmm.
I call back all of my soul right now. I call back all of my soul right now. I call back all of my soul right now. And say it and say it and say it until you feel like those pieces come back. Even if there's one a little off to the left that might be in a different dimension, just bring in some of that earth magnetic energy medicine and see if that little chunk can come back as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if those little pieces of us had a purpose out there, great. Come back home, come back and have dinner. And then when the sun comes back up, they could go out and play again. I mean, I don't have answers for everything, spirit stuff, but I always like to give it the option of like, were you guys out there for a reason? Those little pieces of Danra, those little pieces of me. One thing too I learned is when you say things like, when that person died, I lost a piece of me. I lost a piece of my heart. And that's lovely. And they were worth it. But calling those pieces back is really important. If you think about yourself with a holy heart, a heart that looks like Swiss cheese, because you're so loving and you're so caring, and you had loving and caring people in your life from the beginning of our time to right now. Let's call those pieces of cheese back.
You had started to say, you had a beautiful, by the power of grace, you had a saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure if now is a good time to share that, and maybe if you have a grounding light language that feels inspired.
Yeah, they're going to choose a good one from that. So I just came back from a retreat that was on super special land, Danra. I can't wait to show you. All the trees had at least 3 faces in them with the moss and everything. Oh yeah. Woo-wee. I can't wait to make a video of it.
Yes.
But what happened was somebody was talking about, you guys out there might know, it's called the 6 Calls, CALLS. And somebody in the class that I was in happened to have a copy. This isn't word for word, but it's called the 6 Calls. So you guys can Google that. I know I am, so I can buy this and have it on hand. But it's all of these sayings, these prayers about 100% divine light. When I first was reading it, I said 1,000% divine light. So however it is you see it and feel it. Let's see. One of them is, by the power of grace, I consciously state that my entire being at all levels shall be reset to wholly align with 100% divine light now. Feel that in your body. Let me see, which one does it want to go to? Calling on my guide team of 100% divine light, please assist me with this work today. Calling on my guide team of 100% divine light, please assist me with this work today as I step into a shield of safety. And there's one for empaths that's super important, especially for me. It says, by the power of grace, I consciously state that only beings, energies, and experiences that wholly align 100% divine light may be allowed within my energy field now. That one's mine. That one's the one I feel the most. So I'm going to connect with my breath and bring in this lovely blast of, you can just imagine it as gentle as a fire hose can be, to energetically clear all parts of us. Every single part, every corner gets this blast of water, this gentle yet strong water. Hanukasha. Hanukasha. Hasha. Wanakuye wash. Yatata mashima kuiwa. Uyana kuya ma ye. Ua, 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 ua. Yumakashawa. Ye na 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 shnaka. Ye na 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 washawa. Ye na 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 kuka. Yemako, 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 yemako. Ayapako. Shenaka makuyiwa. Matutu mama kianaka. Wa ye na ta na 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 kia wa shema wa ye wa ye wa ye wa. And release. Anything that's not of you. Kuta, 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 kuta. Woo!
Wednesday. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. So of the four of us, normally Summer is like the consistently activating one, and you have the ancient wisdom that's very grounding, and mine has more of a healing. Wow, those breathy
Yeah, it's the breath.
Really have the most light codes associated with them. I could feel them like blasting out, and I saw like churning rapids. Like she was standing next to the water and the wind was blowing, and so it was like taking her skirt. She's like a small little woman with like, this is what I see.
Yeah.
And then the river went from calm to like churning and like washing away what's no longer needed, basically. And the wind was helping it like push out. Super cleansing. Wow. Did you have any feelings when you were?
I did. Not sure if I'm going to catch them all back, but let me think. Pakona, patui. I do remember Nina saying you're breathing life into something when you're using your breath. So to use your breath with your unique self, like my unique, thinking about water, thinking about the light language, it's interesting to think about breathing the life into something. And I have a feeling that takes it up a couple notches through the breath.
Yes.
And there was like a whole scene too, where it's like the sun was there as well. The sun was shining and I'm like, oh, that's summer. It's like each time we do one of these, all the elements are there at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had this similar power to the dragon. You know how the dragon blasts kind of an invisible flame to help get the oogies out of the corners that have been stuck around for a long time.
Yeah.
It had that quality, not like a regular clearing, but like a time to get rid of all of it,
Yeah.
Old stuff too.
Like the cobwebs, like the person who goes hiking first and you get all the cobwebs in your face. It's like, thank you. Yeah. It's like thinking about those cobwebs, and not just like cleaning up and sweeping that out. It's also like what does that cobweb, what part of that story of the cobweb, like, why was that there? Launching these investigations and being curious for people.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about cobwebs. I had a little spider right before we got on, that a very bouncy, jumpy one. And I was like, uh-oh, this could be distracting. Come on, little guy, get on the paper. I'm going to put you outside.
Yeah.
He refused to leave. So he's here somewhere. He's probably on me.
Yeah.
At some point, he'll just like, but like, I'm just thinking about the connection to the earth. Like, I used to be really afraid of spiders, and now it's like, come on, okay, you can just, let's just hang out. I know that we're all here for like just taking care of each other, and
Wow.
we don't have to be afraid anymore. But okay, so the only other thing I thought of, the intersection for water and earth, is like making clay and molding.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so, and then I got a little mini download about to what degree we influence the clay that we have. Like, we all have our own little pile of clay, and to what degree are we, because we have free will, even if we have a soul plan, there are certain decisions to be made along the way, and to know that we have a role in shaping our own. These are just the themes that came through when I was thinking about that. I don't know if you got any hits on that or not.
Well, I do want to talk about the mud man.
Who's that?
So sometimes, so there's this person in our community, Annie. Annie actually is going to be at the summit.
Yeah.
Annie Bear Seven Feathers. And I've discussed the mud man with her before. And I was explaining, like, there's this mud man coming out, and that's going to be the water and the earth, this mud man. And I'm not going to get this perfect, but I do believe she said it's a creation story with the mud man. So I'm wondering if you and I could just think about, because of your line of thinking right now, what can we come up with, like, what's coming out of the mud? Like, what is it forming for us? Everybody who's watching this can do this. Just imagine the mud. I'll hold some space for us. You can see it coming up a little bit, and that's perfect. If you see it come up a little bit more, even better.
I'm hearing that the earth provides the elements for transformation. The earth provides the elements for transformation. O shitama u sho tama hike we to uno e cha I nako e cha mahito e ta hanuto e to wachama I ko an suto me cha wati ya kuno we ai te me hai to o che na u te na hai te ke ma u shena u to he na u tome kai I te. That felt like the same entity as earlier in the show. Seems to be providing lessons every time he drops in. Okay, I just was waiting to see if he had anything else.
Yeah, I'm really thankful and grateful for that voice to come through. They were showing me that there are some of us who feel the call of the earth medicine. Some of you out there on the replay, or right now, are you one of those people that the earth calls? The earth song is calling you. The heartbeat of the earth is calling you. One thing that could be helpful is drumming. Whether you have a drum or you just use like your hand and your leg when you're outside connecting. they also showed me how fluid the earth can be with water, with the fire element, but they're also showing me how structures were made out of the water and the mud, the mud houses, using it, putting the rocks, putting the sticks, and then putting the mud in as structure. So, and it's so, I remember when my language came through and it was doing the clearing, it was going to each spine, and it was almost like each vertebrae, and it was like, doot, 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 like, what can we squeeze out of this so it can absorb more, or something like that. And then when they were doing the mud house, splat, 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 splat. First of all, it's not just one person's hands doing the structure. It is a whole village of your team doing it. It's like, we are not alone. We have our generations of people who came up with this technique or that technique. And it's like, boom, 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 boom. So I see like they're almost putting this structure on our spine, but it's healing as well, because mud, when it dries, it extracts.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's extracting, sorry, my throat's getting tight. So if it's extracting, things that aren't healthy for our well-being, if it's like toxins, whatever is coming out of this, maybe it's the stories that we're ready to release, which might not gag, because that's like a huge energy thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. This is how sometimes people move energy. It's not the most attractive, but it feels good. Yeah. If you think about all of the healing properties of mud, also what's in the mud of us, how you were saying each of us have our own makeup in a way. It's like, do we have little sticks? Do we have the cedar tree? Do we have the beautiful seeds that fell from the plants? It's like, so it's like, it gives us structure. It helps us with impurities. It dries, it wounds. I mean, thinking about wounds in a poultice type thing, it's cooling. It cools us off. Like if you think of the elephants, and the elephants, the pigs, it's like horses love to roll around when it's wet. Helps keep the bugs away. It's like, it keeps going. My eyes are opening up to the possibilities of water and earth.
Well, we've got Jules on and Annie Bear. Super happy to see our little crew here. And I think these three, all the folks who have commented so far, are all going to be at the summit. So that'll be exciting, hopefully.
Yeah.
So the only other thing I was getting from the mud that you were just talking about is like root chakra, the safety and security of that protectiveness. It kind of provides like a layer almost, or when you were saying about actually where people would find the safety to live there, using earth as an actual like connection to your root chakra, which, grounding is also such a huge part of that. So so you were talking about the breath work for your grounding, and also recognizing when you kind of slip out of that space.
Yeah.
So are there any other ways? Because I'm a very left brain person. And so I have found more like external ways to do this. And I know that it's even better if you could do it inside yourself, kind of like somatically feeling your butt on the chair, like right now. Because I tend to outsource my grounding to like my feet are right now are on a grounding mat, right? Is that shitty?
Yeah.
And I go on my shake plate, and I've got all of my dark crystals around constantly. And I do set an intention about putting my roots down to the core of the earth. And even that is still a little externalizing, right? Can I just sit in my human body and be grounded without all of this stuff? Do you?
Well, one thing they are showing me for the visual people is like in my mind's eye, I can see myself doing, sitting crisscross applesauce and on the ground. And it's like, even when I go to the beach, I love putting the warm sand on my legs, but I'm also kind of I love mud. Like I have this picture of me when I was younger. I just have mud like all over, and I'm like the happiest kid ever. So I see almost like my helpers, and even these, I don't know who the little children are, but I see like everybody helping from young to old, putting the wet mud, the wet clay on my legs, like, hey, we'll help you ground. So that's good for the visual people. For the ones that might need it a little bit more, there's this, I use this app where it goes through every part of your body, where it's like, relax the top of your head. And they say it like 3 times. It's pretty quick. It's called Yoga Nidra, I think. But if somebody needs to hear it, that one relaxes my whole body, which I think could also, it's called Yoga Nidra Light. So it's Nidra is Nidra, and then it's light. And this is, I don't know if you can see it, but that's what the little icon looks like. You can see I have to download it again because I haven't used it in a while, but it's free. It's free. There's other ones you can purchase, but I do that one. And I love his voice. But let's see if there's anything else. Hey, Mud. Yes. For people who have a hard time grounding, what would you recommend? They're showing me you can call in tethers. I'll call it like a tether. These tethers for earthing. I know when I was in shaman class, there were these bands of light that you could put around a client, these bands of light, and they had certain things. And these, you can, it's almost like it's a woven thing made out of like woven grass or something. And they're like, just ask for those to be on your ankles. And the tether does have flexibility. So if you want to go up a little bit, you can, but it always brings us back down. They're like, it's the opposite of moon boots. Just think of them as like, they're just these woven, beautiful, like anklet type things. Yeah. And Gerald Tarot Stash is here, and he talks about these helpers I have. He named them perfectly. He calls them the bolds. And yeah. Let me see. It's this voice, this language that I've stayed away from because let me see. So I guess a way of grounding would be to listen to Mongolian throat singing.
Yes. As soon as you do it, I go straight to the floor. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The bold of power, the bolds.
Yeah. Yeah. There's this other thing too that I've practiced, like my people were teaching me. I was that weird lady practicing while I was walking. And it's like, if you say the word young, go ahead and say that, Danra.
Young.
And so you can go young.
That
vibration. And then you can go young. I love it. Yeah. You play around with that, like the voice, and it helps ground you. Plus it's super fun.
This is so funny because I'm a speech language pathologist in my day job, and you just did speech therapy with me. Like,
yay! I love it because it's like different sounds coming out at the same time. It's like, and then I try to hold that in between note. It's like It's like this little game I play.
I'm hearing like two sounds at the same time too. Is that what you're doing intentionally, or is that?
I just try to hold that in between note. It's like, yeah.
Nina and I were talking before we got on, and we're like, even when JJ is talking in English and not doing anything, the light codes are blasting out of your mouth. And like when you just did the simple tone like that, I was like, oh, excuse me, fire hose of light. Like it just amplifies it. Wow.
Yeah. So toning will ground you.
Yes. Yeah, I did use Hemisync music was how I got into the mediumship to start, because my left brain was so spazzy and like I don't want to relinquish control here, which people who know me know that I'm still working on that with my whole butthole clenching and stuff. The Hemisync music really got me out of the left hemisphere. I mean, I needed something external to help with that.
How do you spell that?
Well, Hemisync, Hemi, I think there's a hyphen and then SYNC.
Okay.
Also the binaural beats. But yeah, Suzanne Giesemann has a few free meditations that I got off her website. And then that's how I would connect to spirit at first. And it reliably worked. So I don't need the music anymore, but I certainly, like when I'm doing Reiki or anything like that, as soon as this certain tones come on, I can get right into it.
I think there are certain frequencies out there, because there's this, I took a class called Awakening Your Light Body, and it was, it's channeled by two people. It's Oren, I think it's called Oren and Daben. It's Daben. And they also, one of them channels music. And there's this one, it started going and I'm like, oh my God, I need a piece of paper and I need a pencil. And it's like, I just started automatic writing. It's like, there's just these frequencies that are like, go, go, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last.
Yeah.
So are you feeling like we should harmonize at some point today? Or I know it's really hard to do this on this, that sometimes they cancel each other out, but
that's all about the note in between. That's what I love when we harmonize.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So are you feeling more like the low or the high?
I'm going to come in after you start. So you do it, whatever you do, and then I'll come in.
Okay. Because I'm feeling one of the more rhythmic things. They're really happy that we're hanging out and they're kind of like wanting to commingle here with a little bit more of a, okay, I'll just do it. And you can.
Okay, you're earth. Let's play. You're earth, I'm water.
Yeah. Hena koeche haini te te ho te winoa. Hena kawachi ito hena chueta ina. Uko wache ma uno. Hita wachita iko ane. Huta we huna chawate ino. Hana kawecha ite we ona. Uko we huna chawate ino. Kiwete Utawea Unachawata Utoea Uno Koe
Hanana Yeti Hanana Yetae Hanana Yeti Ananana Yeti Taui Kananana Ye
Anikawa Chite Na
Ye Tananana Mama Yeti.
Whew.
I just wanted to play the drums. I hope that comes out in the recording.
Yeah, like, what's going on over there? I hear like a little bass beat there. I got some spoons.
That's what I was thinking of. Wish I had some spoons. Oh my God.
Oh, fun. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, my team tends to come in like super happy lately. They're very enthusiastic. I feel like something imminent is going to happen because they're kind of all around all the time and very accessible. I don't know if you found that differently lately, but
they're just working on my lungs right now. What is in our lungs? What's ready to be released in our lungs? Oh, everybody went through that time of when the whole world shut down. The COVID time. What are we there? There's fear. There's withholding of conversations for ourselves and for others. Thinking about our lungs. Ooh, ka, ta, 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 ooh, ka. What from our lungs would like to be? They're showing me things that are embedded in our lungs. People talk about nowadays the biofilm. That's like this membrane that covers something, and it's like, let's see those that mucus, that membrane, that buildup that is supposed to protect things. Have that work for us. Have that work for our human bodies, and calling out with that magnetic earth medicine, calling out those things that are embedded in us, that debris, that any of that coming out of our lungs from the beginning of our time to right now, coming out from our skin. Like Danner's bringing in this beautiful magnetic energy medicine. Just the water's going to come in, and once those are been recalled from us, the water's going to flush those out. Allowing. I feel that, Danner. I feel like you're standing right in front of me, and you're like, give it up. Let it go. Give it up. And I feel like you're just pulling it all out of me, the magnetic pull.
Yeah, I see a light between us that's doing like a filtration almost. You know, it's like drawing it out and then transmuting it right in between us.
Oh my gosh. And if Summer were here, she'd be like, okay, let's make that liquid. Let's make that liquid. Those metallic, like embedded things. I feel like that could actually be a session you and I would have. Like, I would hire you, because I feel like there's still so many things like shrapnel, like the metallic shrapnel, metaphorically, maybe from a past life, maybe it is shrapnel. It's like those soul wounds. Yeah, maybe we were in the line of fire of something.
100%. We were murdered a bunch of times together. Some stick was burning and we were on it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Here we go again. Oh crap.
Yeah. You know, Gerald Stash and I have had conversations of like, I don't think I was all that great and nice and kind in some of my lives, and I was always feel guilty about that. But then I'm like, I started laughing, and I'm like, well, I'm not there right now, so I was like, I hope I had a good time while I was doing it.
Not being a jerk. Yeah, just double down on that. If you're
I
going,
really hope I was like the best a-hole there ever was. Just evil, and it's like, yeah, whatever I was learning in that lifetime, I hope I did it fully. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it balances out, right? Don't we need to like also experience both sides of the coin? So,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to say goodbye, JJ. I love Earth and Water together. This has been beautiful. And I'll put up at the end the information about the summit that's coming up. And like we said, there's going to be all 4 elements there. We all synergize off each other like a bunch of badasses.
Yeah.
And yeah, Summer bringing the fire. So like what we gave you would be like a precursor, and then Summer would come in with the lightning, and then everybody starts speaking light language. So look out on all of our pages, because we're all going to be interviewing each other. We all have these like really fun inner dynamics that go on between the elements. So thank you so much for everybody being here, and we'll say goodbye for now, but I'm sure we'll be talking again soon. And I'll put the little promo up here, and then we're going to end the stream. So you can find JJ at Tutah Speaks. Was there anything else that you wanted to say before I wrap us up?
Just love, love, love.
Yeah, I can feel that. That light between you and me is what's between us and everybody. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this up, and then I'll end the stream in just a minute. Love you guys. See you later. Bye. All right, bye.